Here's a fact that most people are too afraid to face: money controls everything. Every decision, every opportunity, every dream you've ever had hinges on one critical factor: your financial situation. We live in a world where your freedom is directly tied to how well you manage your finances. If you are in debt, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you are not free, you're trapped. And the truth is harsh: you are the only one responsible for your financial situation. So, let me ask you this: do you want to live your life in financial chains, or do you want to break free and take control? Do you want to keep hoping and wishing for better days, or are you ready to commit to making those days a reality? Financial responsibility isn't a choice, it's a necessity. If you don't get a grip on your money, your life will forever be dictated by stress, scarcity, and missed opportunities. But if you master the art of managing your finances, you will unlock the power to live life on your terms. You will no longer be held hostage by bills, debt, or fear of the future. You will be in control. But here's the kicker: financial freedom doesn't come without discipline, focus, and a relentless commitment to making the right choices. It's not about being perfect, but it's about consistently making decisions that move you closer to the life you want. So, are you ready? Because today, we're going deep into what it truly means to be financially responsible. Not just to survive, but to thrive. To rise above the mediocre, to transcend beyond the norm, and to become the master of your financial destiny. Let's get something straight right out of the gate: you cannot fix what you refuse to acknowledge. The biggest mistake people make is avoiding the reality of their financial situation. They refuse to look at their bank balance, ignore their debt, and spend recklessly, hoping that somehow, it will all work out. But hope is not a strategy. You must confront your financial truth with brutal honesty. You cannot afford to be ignorant of where you stand financially. So here's the challenge: own it. Take a deep dive into your finances. Know exactly where every dollar is going. If you're spending more than you're making, you're living in financial denial. Create a detailed account of your debts, savings, and expenses. Face the truth, no matter how ugly it might be. It's time to stop running from the numbers and start confronting them head on. Your financial picture is your responsibility. It's not your employer's fault, it's not the economy's fault, and it's not the government's fault. It's on you. And here's the beautiful part: once you own your financial reality, you have the power to change it. When you stop hiding, you can start planning. When you stop avoiding, you can start growing. Financial responsibility begins with awareness. You cannot control what you refuse to see. So, rip the band-aid off. Look at your debt, your spending habits, your income streams, and then, take control. Let's talk about one of the most powerful tools you can have in your financial arsenal: the budget. I want you to think of your budget as the blueprint for your financial empire. Without it, you're just wandering aimlessly, hoping you don't run out of resources before the month ends. With it, you are in command of every dollar. But let me be clear: a budget is not about restriction, it's about freedom. It's about giving every dollar a purpose, every cent a job, so you're not left wondering where all your money went at the end of the month. Let's talk about what it is required to build a budget that sticks. Prioritize your needs over wants. List the essentials first: housing, utilities, food, transportation, healthcare. These are non-negotiable. Everything else is secondary. Pay yourself first. The moment you get paid, the first thing you should do is allocate a portion to savings or investments. Don't wait until the end of the month to see what's left over. There will never be anything left over. Set a cap on discretionary spending. This is where people often go off the rails: dining out, entertainment, shopping. Set strict limits and stick to them. Build debt repayment into your budget. If you've got debt hanging over your head, you need to tackle it aggressively. The longer you let it linger, the more it controls you. Here's the key: a budget isn't something you set once and forget. It's a living document. Review it every single month. Adjust as needed, but never stray too far from your plan. A budget gives you the power to say no to things that don't matter and yes to the things that do. When you control your spending, you control your future. And when you control your future, you own your life. Debt is the ultimate enemy of financial freedom. Let me say that again for the people in the back: debt is the chain that binds you. Every dollar of debt is a dollar you don't own. Every interest payment is money you're burning, money that could be building your future, not lining someone else's pockets. But here's the good news: you can beat it. And when you do, you'll experience a freedom that few people ever get to feel. How do you tackle debt like the warrior you are? List every single debt. Don't leave anything out: credit cards, student loans, car payments, mortgages. Know exactly what you owe and to whom. Start with the smallest balance. The debt snowball method is powerful because it gives you momentum. Pay off the smallest debt first, and use that energy to attack the next one. Destroy high interest debt first. Credit card debt is like a financial vampire. The longer you let it hang around, the more it sucks the life out of your finances. Pay as much as you can toward your high interest debt every month. Cut out unnecessary spending and funnel that money into debt repayment. The faster you pay it off, the quicker you're free. You don't just pay off debt, you crush it. You take it on with the mindset of a warrior. You don't let it linger, you attack it with everything you've got, because debt is the only thing standing between you and financial freedom. Be relentless, be aggressive, and be unapologetic about wanting to free yourself from debt. Your future depends on it. Life will throw curveballs at you. Cars will break down, medical emergencies will happen, jobs will be lost. Financial responsibility isn't about hoping these things don't happen, it's about being prepared for when they do. This is where your emergency fund comes into play. It's your shield, your safety net, the thing that keeps you from spiraling into debt when life happens. So, how do you build it? Start by saving at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. This isn't for vacations or new gadgets, this is money set aside for emergencies only. Keep it in a separate, easily accessible account. This isn't money you invest in the stock market. It needs to be liquid. When an emergency strikes, you need to access it immediately. Commit to building this fund first, before any major purchases or risky investments. You might want to start investing aggressively, but if you don't have a cushion, you're one unexpected event away from financial ruin. Having an emergency fund gives you peace of mind. It's not just about surviving a crisis, it's about having the confidence to take risks, knowing you have a safety net. This is the foundation of financial security. Once you've eliminated debt and built your emergency fund, it's time to start building wealth. But here's where most people go wrong: they treat investing like gambling. They chase the quick win, the fast return. But that's not how you win the long game. Smart investing is about building sustainable wealth over time. It's about strategy, patience, and discipline. So how do you approach it? Start with the basics. Don't dive into speculative stocks or cryptocurrencies without first understanding the basics of investing. Look at low-cost index funds or ETFs that give you exposure to a broad range of assets. Diversify your investments. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your money across different asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, etc., to reduce your risk. Focus on long-term growth, not short-term gains. The market will fluctuate, but if you stay the course and don't panic, you'll see your wealth grow over time. Invest consistently. Don't try to time the market, time in the market beats timing the market. Set up automatic contributions to your investment accounts so you're consistently putting money to work for you. The key to investing wisely is understanding that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You're building a future, not chasing a dream. Stay disciplined, stay patient, and watch your wealth grow. Here's the truth: your financial future is entirely within your control. It's not determined by your job, your background, or even your current circumstances. It's shaped by the decisions you make every single day, decisions about how you manage your money, how you eliminate debt, and how you build your wealth. Financial responsibility is not just about money, it's about empowerment. It's about taking control of your life and making choices that serve your highest potential. When you master your finances, you're no longer living at the mercy of circumstances. You're no longer stressed about bills, constantly worried about the next emergency, or trapped by the weight of debt. You become free. Free to pursue your dreams, free to seize opportunities, free to build a life that's not dictated by financial fear but driven by financial power. You gain the confidence to take risks, knowing you've built a foundation that can weather any storm. You gain the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are in control, not your bank account, not your creditors, not your bills, you. But let me be clear, this journey requires relentless commitment. It requires discipline, focus, and an unshakable belief that you deserve financial freedom. You have to be willing to do the hard work, to make sacrifices today so you can thrive tomorrow. Financial responsibility is your key to unlocking a life of abundance, peace, and unshakable power. It's not just about survival, it's about thriving, about stepping into your full potential and building a life on your terms. So, Ask yourself, are you ready to own your financial destiny? Are you ready to take control, break free from debt, build wealth, and create the life you truly want? Because the choice is yours. No one is going to do it for you. The time to act is now. No more waiting, no more excuses. Step into your power, take control of your finances, and become the unstoppable force you were meant to be. Your financial future is in your hands. Own it.